You down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? Who's down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? Who down with LCS?
Good morning. Happy Saturday. Got my Christmas sweater on. Hope you guys are having a good day. We'll see. We'll give it a minute, see who joins us in the chat this morning. Saturday before Christmas. So a couple shout outs to do. Well, no, one shout out to do this morning. We're going to do something a little bit different, kind of cross community. But this channel is really amazing, very entertaining. A big fan of Macho Man Randy Savage. And the channel link is down in the description, is Freedomsufferer Cards. Now, he is a big fan of, like I said, Macho Man Randy Savage, and the channel is so entertaining. He basically does a bunch of, pack openings, card, rips of packs on football, hockey, a bunch of different stuff, wrestling cards, but you definitely need to check out his channel. I think I came across it from Gary B, maybe, or I don't know, but I've subscribed and been hooked. So Freedom Sufferer Cards, link is down below. Definitely go check it out. Such a great channel, entertaining. He does original music. I would kind of compare him to Freaky Louie, but on the card side. So definitely need to go check him out. Remy, thanks for stopping in this morning. Good morning. You're always up early, Remy. You're always out and about. So, going to be a quick live this morning, little quick breakfast with Brian. Definitely not going to do it next Saturday, obviously Christmas. So I don't think I'll be, on live in the morning, Christmas morning with the family. But I am doing one thing I wanted to mention before we kind of get into some other stuff that I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about Spider-Man No Way Home. Don't worry, no spoilers. I am going to be doing an auction tomorrow night, Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Bunch of raw books, all starting at $1. Link is down below to a Google Doc that lists all the books that'll be up for sale. So if you're interested and planning on joining, and if there's any books in that list that you would like to see up for auction, let me know. I'll provide more details, shipping costs. I'm going to keep it as inexpensive as possible. All the books are, will be shipped in a Gemini mailer. And so if you're interested, check it out. I know Tylex the Mighty just did one last week. I picked up some books from him. I'm actually going to have an unboxing on Monday, a little mail call Monday, from the stuff that I bought from his auction. So I figured I've got a bunch of books, a couple hundred books that I'm looking to move, get rid of. I have some of them listed up on eBay, but I figured, let's try it out on YouTube. I've never done any YouTube, auction sales like that. So interested to see how that kind of works out. But like I said, link is down below to the Google Doc that lists all the comics. So definitely, if you're interested, come check it out. I'm interested to see how it goes. Like I said, I've never done anything like that. So, one of the other things, Comic Bookworm, good morning. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, you and I were going. I was just mentioning Tylex's auction that he did last week, and I'm going to be doing one tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern. But yeah, we were. I just got my books in the mail this morning, so I'm going to do an unboxing of those probably on Monday. But yeah, it was great to see him do it, and so that's kind of what I said. Oh, let me see if I can maybe do one of my own. So I was gonna try to do it last night, Friday night, but just was a busy day, so I'm gonna kick it off on Sunday night, and we'll see how it goes. So, but I appreciate you guys stopping in this morning. The other thing I wanted to talk about was Spider-Man: No Way Home, but like I said, no spoilers. Got a chance to go out and see it yesterday. Both my sons and I went out to a matinee. Theater was very crowded. I wouldn't say full, but definitely crowded. It was an 11:30 show at, on a Friday, so but it was probably about 75% full, and the crowd, the crowd that was there was definitely into it. And I've seen, I think this is one of the biggest movies that we've seen so many rumors, speculation, content on. And I had, I was watching it. I've seen the trailers and was watching and reading some of those rumors and speculation of who was in it, what the storyline was. But over the last like 10 days or so, I tried to distance myself from that because I knew I was going to see the movie and I wanted to kind of, yeah, it was, yeah. I mean, I wanted to kind of distance myself a little bit from all the hype and everything going on so that I could kind of go into the movie as best I could with kind of a clear mind on it. And let me tell you, even with all the speculation and rumors, there were still surprises within the movie. We've heard about different characters appearing, but when people showed up on screen, it was still, there was an impact, and the crowd was into it. The theater was, a lot of, yelling and screaming and cheers when people showed up. The other thing too, the movie was 2.5 hours long, but it was paced really well. Like I didn't feel, there's sometimes when you're sitting watching something and you're like, when is this thing going to be over? It was paced really well. It really moved along. The first half was maybe a little bit slow compared to the second half, but like I said, at no point did I feel like, oh, I never checked my watch or my phone. The story was really kind of moving along. Oh, I'll have to check that out. Comic Book Worm. Yeah, I just got my package this morning. I think Evil Mike got some books yesterday too, so definitely going to check that out. But back to No Way Home. Like I said, probably the best, certainly the best Tom Holland Spider-Man movie in the three. Definitely a great ending to this kind of series. There are 2 credit scenes, so if you haven't seen it, well, there's one credit scene and one kind of preview. So definitely stick around. One like mid credits and then one at the very end. So definitely stick around for that if you haven't seen it. Remy, where have you been living? You've been in Chicago or hiding under a rock? How would you not know about this movie? Check with your wife. Maybe she knows. I'm sure she knows. But definitely, really great. Like I said, pacing, surprises, even with all the hype. Cut scene, credit scenes, post credit scenes. What else can I say without giving really anything away? And they wrap things up. There is kind of you feel like there's a closure to this kind of storyline, and all of the things that have gone on. One of the things my sons mentioned to me was they felt like the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies have been kind of like overshadowed by the Iron Man involvement, and like Spider-Man wasn't his own Spider-Man. Like he was a kind of like a sidekick of Tony Stark or Tony Stark Jr., because of the involvement in the movies, in the first movie, and then in the second one with all of his drones and tech. Morning, Brad. But I think, this one kind of wrapped it up. It kind of stands on its own. And Spider-Man, Tom Holland's Spider-Man kind of stands on his own a little bit more than he did in the previous movies. He's kind of grown up a little bit. So, all right. Yeah. What you thought it was good? Like I said, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was, obviously the best. I think the best one of the three Tom Holland movies, and definitely, it was a good. It felt like everything was kind of tied up, and the way the movie ended was, they kind of set things up for, future. They kind of cleaned the slate and then kind of set things up. But I thought it was really, really done well. Um, So, yeah, I definitely want to go back and see it again, but I want to wait a little while, maybe wait until the craziness of the theaters die down with so many people going to see it, and then definitely go back and see it again. Definitely kind of take in, everything and anything that I maybe have missed, watching it, because there was a few times when things were happening and the crowd, cheered and you may have not heard it. Obviously, you can look things back up on you can look up clips on YouTube or pretty much anywhere at this point. But I definitely think I want to go back and see it again on the big screen. So it was really good. And I'm hearing crazy things about the box office. I think they said it made, I haven't looked this morning, but I think I heard something yesterday saying that maybe in Thursday night or the first day it made like 50 million. So it's certainly going to break some records. So yeah, and I think that was what my sons and I were talking about. It was like, because of the Tony Stark involvement in the first one, and his, giving him a suit, um, and then in the second where it was just he was kind of mourning Tony Stark, and he had his tech, the drones and the glasses and everything. So, and then, Happy Hogan's involved. So yeah, it definitely, the first two definitely felt that different than, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield, where it was just, they were kind of on their own, right? They kind of had to find their way. They didn't have any involvement from any other, superhero, where, Tom Holland Spider-Man did. He always kind of had Tony Stark, kind of at his side or there to be able to help him, and really kind of help Spider-Man try to figure things out. So yeah, the third one, No Way Home, definitely felt like finally like a Spider-Man story. Although, obviously we've got Doctor Strange in this one. We know he goes to Doctor Strange for help. But Doctor Strange wasn't, I don't want to say too much, but he's involved, but it wasn't, it didn't feel like, he was, mentoring Spider-Man like Tony Stark was. He was more, Spider-Man goes to him for help, and obviously they have a relationship from everything they've been through, with Endgame and Thanos and everything. So he was certainly willing to help, but he also kind of threw it back on Spider-Man and said, you see it in the trailer where he says, Scooby Doo this, shit and clean it up. So, yeah, it was definitely good. Like I said, I really enjoyed it. My sons really enjoyed it. We're going to definitely go back. I think my daughter is going to see it on Monday or Tuesday. So interested to get her take, because she's like the biggest. Out of my three children, she's like the biggest Marvel fan or superhero fan. Although my boys are kind of right there. She reads more books and graphic novels and things like that. So it'll be interesting to see her take on it. So not going to spoil anything for her, but interested. We usually, kind of catch up and talk about, some of the series, like Disney Plus series. We'll kind of check our notes and see what we're thinking about it. So, yeah, so definitely, it was definitely enjoyable. So if you haven't seen it, I've seen a bunch of stuff on YouTube already. People posting clips, from their phone that they took in the movie theater. So if you haven't seen it and don't want to get spoiled, you may want to stay away from the some of the YouTube stuff, and even Instagram. I started to see some stuff, so I was kind of trying to stay away for the last couple of days before I saw the movie. So, yeah. I think that's, like I said, I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want to give anything away if you haven't seen it. But it's definitely worth seeing on the big screen. So, yeah, stay away from the internet. Yeah. Morning, Joe. Thanks for stopping in. I saw one of your preview videos, right? You're going to be on, what show are you going to be on? You're going to be on a show like late night tonight at like 1 a.m.? You're staying up late, sir. But yeah, I think, like I said, I got my one shout out in. Definitely go check out the link in the description. Freedomsufferer Cards, great channel, very entertaining. Yeah, not comic book related, but collectible related, and definitely a great channel to check out. Nerdy Collective. Okay, yeah, it's like a 1 a.m. Tonight. Is that the deal? Oh, okay. Comic G Spot. I wasn't the nerd. I didn't realize. In those late night shows, I just can't stay up. Like I love to watch Spine Ticks, but I just East Coast, and you're in Virginia, East Coast. At if they're starting their show on the West Coast at 11 o'clock our time, that goes to 4 or 5 in the morning. It's tough to stay up and watch that. At least for me, because I got stuff to do on the weekend. So, usually got my, to-do list around the house and things like that. So, oh, nice. Cool. Well, good luck with that. Yeah, that should be good. I know, I've caught, Comic G Spot before, a couple of his shows on replay. I know Evil Mike, is on there a lot, or has been on there a few times. So really, really good channel. So should be good. Yeah, should be a good time. And I got to go back. I missed the DJ Links show last night. I know he was kind of doing a recap of C2E2. I know when you guys were out there, real lot of great stuff out of the C2E2s. Was watching a bunch of the haul videos this week. Chip had one. I got to go back. I think Tyler Shattered Glass Reviews has one. So a lot of different C2E2 content, which really gave me a big case of FOMO. I mean, the show looked really good. What I was impressed most about the show was it didn't really look like it was that crowded. Like there was plenty of space. Obviously I saw some stuff from New York Comic Con back in October, and that show floor looked like it was packed. And given kind of where we are now with COVID and everything, I'm sure if that show was happening today, things might be a little bit, a little bit different. But yeah, I mean, I was certainly impressed with the video and the floor that I saw from C2E2. Definitely looks like a show that is definitely worth checking out. There's a couple local. There's one here in January called WinterCon, and I've been to it before a couple years ago. And it was kind of a small show, but it looks like it's growing. So I actually might go check that out. It's actually up in like, I think it's Brooklyn, maybe. It's at the casino, and it's kind of actually near JFK Airport here. So I definitely might go check that one out. So. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's really anything else that I wanted to kind of cover today. Joe, did you see? You did. I saw you saw your Instagram post. You did go see Spider-Man yesterday, I think. So what did you think? What was you're usually pretty opinionated on things. So what did you think of Spider-Man No Way Home? Oh, Chop in the house. Good morning, Chop. Chop, did you see No Way Home yet? I think tomorrow, Mark Legion of Comics week's end show. I think he said he's going to, kind of dig in to No Way Home and spoilers. Oh, all right, cool. Yeah, I had the same. I thought it was a great movie, and like I said, I was surprised. There was still, I was saying earlier, even with all of the spoilers and rumors and everything that's been out there about this movie, I still felt after watching it like, wow, like there were still some things in there that I didn't see coming. Was unexpected. Um, so it definitely held up with like I said, all of the craziness about it. So yeah, I know my wife doesn't want to go. She's just like afraid, a little bit of afraid to go because of COVID. I've been probably 2 or 3 times since COVID, started to the movies, and I haven't had a bad experience. Wear my mask, get into my seat, take it off, that type of thing. But and I think the fact that now most theaters have, reclining chairs, so and they're bigger chairs, so you're a little bit more spaced out. I guess that the only thing you might be worried about is the cleanliness of the theater itself and the chairs, because let's be honest, most of the employees at a movie theater are teenage kids, so I don't know how well they're cleaning things, but you got to be careful. But yes, yeah, that was interesting because that was the big talk, right, when the last trailer came out and the whole lizard's head snapping to one side, and how did that happen? So yeah, that was definitely that whole last part of the movie with fights and things going on. It was really really well done. Somebody mentioned, I forgot who mentioned it. I saw it on one of the channels that somebody was talking about it. It might have been on Legion's Friday hangout. Somebody mentioned like a lot of the movie was done like the fight scenes and things were done at night, which I thought was pretty interesting, right? Because it makes it a little bit less clear to visually to see it. But some of the opening scenes with Doc Ock that was in the trailer, um, were daytime. So, but most of the other stuff was at night. So, it was an interesting point. Oh wow, nice. That's yeah. I was saying I think I definitely want to go see it again, but I want to kind of just wait a little bit until all the hype dies down, maybe where it's not as a crowded theater. I mean, I think there's something to say for a crowded theater that's really into it. You get the cheers, when certain things happen in the movie. Certainly saw that at Endgame. I went to Endgame on opening night, and it was crazy. The crowd was so hyped and into it. Um, but I definitely want to go back and see it a second time. Like I said, maybe a little bit less crowded theater so that I can kind of take everything in and see everything that's going on. Well, that too. That's why we went to a matinee. So matinees are usually a little bit cheaper, and we hit the dollar store for some candy beforehand. So we were trying to keep the budget intact there. So yeah, no, it was definitely worth seeing on certain movies you want to certainly like sci-fi special effects driven movies. Um, I like to see on the big screen. If it's a drama, talking heads, yeah, I can see that. I can watch that on my TV at home. It's not like the sound and the special effects visual that you get on the big screen. So yeah, definitely looking forward to going back and checking it out again. So, and then what's our next Marvel? Right? I know I don't want to just kind of look over Spider-Man, but I think we got uh, Eternals that releases on Disney Plus in early January, and then I think it's Doctor Strange is our next one. So yeah, no, no, I think you're right. It was done well. I'm not. It was just somebody brought it up, and it was like, oh, yeah, that's interesting. Um, but what superheroes fight during the daytime? They're not up, if the villains are out running around, committing crimes, they're usually not doing that at 7, 8 in the morning. It's usually when it's dark out. So I get it. But yeah, no, it was. I thought it was done. It was done really well. It looked visually, it looked really great. The special effects were amazing. Spider-Man swinging around, Tom Holland. There's a scene at the end where he's swinging around New York City. It's Christmas time, and the effects were. It looked really good. So yeah, visually I thought it was done really well. And Jamie Foxx. No, I didn't spoil it. He was in the trailer. But Jamie Foxx was hysterical. He had some of the best lines, and he was it was good to kind of see him in a different electro costume. So that was really cool. I thought Green Goblin was William Dafoe delivered. It was like watching the Tobey Maguire movies again. I mean, his character was just like, he didn't miss a beat. He's still the crazy man. And then Doc Ock, Alfred Molina was really good again as Doc Ock. I thought they really did a good job, because when did the original Tobey Maguire come out? Like, I can't even, late 90s or early, I think it was probably late 90s, right? And all of the characters still, like, they held up, and the actors did a really good job. But like I said, I think Jamie Foxx had some of the best, kind of like one-liners. I thought he kind of stole the show, but like I said, William Dafoe was crazy as ever. So yeah, yeah, there was a couple just really funny lines that he had. So yeah, it was really good. It was well acted, well directed, well paced. Yeah, I think it's 2 hours and 25 minutes, and it did not feel like that at all. So definitely, if you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. So well worth it. Really ties things up really nice. And then you got to, like I said, stick around for the post-credit scenes. There's one post-credit scene and one kind of almost a trailer preview that happens at the very end of all of the credits. So you definitely got to stick around for that. So, yeah, I think that's it, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up. I've got Saturday before Christmas. I've got my my errands to run, but I got my nice Christmas sweater on here. So, but definitely, there's a shout out down below. Check out the channel. Not in the comic book community per se, but collectible community. Card, Freedomsufferer Cards, great channel. Big Macho Man, Randy Savage fan. Does some hysterical stuff over there. Very entertaining channel. Check that out. I'm going to be doing an auction tomorrow night on my channel, 8 p.m. Eastern. First time I'm doing it, so we'll see how it goes. A lot of raw books. I just posted something up on Instagram, kind of showed you the books that I have for sale. And then I have a link down below with a Google Doc. So definitely check that out. Yeah. If I'm definitely going to be posting some videos this week. I'm definitely not going to do Breakfast with Brian next Saturday. Saturday's Christmas. So spending the day with the family. And then the following week, we're going to visit some family. So I'm going to be out of traveling a little bit. So I don't know what, I got to get my act together and get my videos planned, because definitely want to have some content there. So be interesting to see. I have seen a couple channels say, hey, we'll see you in the new year. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. So it'll be interesting to see what, how much content's produced over this last stretch of the year. Oh, one thing I am going to do, though, I'm going to do kind of an end of the year recap for my eBay. I do my weekly eBay sales videos. And I've been tracking my, my profits, my cost, and then how much I've been spending on new comic books. So, going to the LCS every Wednesday. So kind of to see, we always talk about the hobby paying, people mention, oh, you should try to get the hobby pay for itself. And I've been trying to do that, right? I've purchased a few collections that I've been trying to sell. I'll cherry pick books that I want out of the collection, and then sell the ones that I don't. And so I'm going to kind of do a full year recap of selling on eBay, how much I've made, and then how much I've spent on new books, and then also include all of the fees and supplies and all of the things that I have to purchase. Gemini mailers, boards, because a lot of the books that I purchased were, the bags and boards needed a replacement, so I'm replacing those. So definitely going to kind of give you a full year breakdown and show you, how much I made and what I've spent. So definitely be on the lookout for that one. I might do that, drop that before the end of the year. So, but yeah, so guys, enjoy your Saturday. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you're celebrating, right? Hope you guys have a great, holiday time with family. So thanks, guys. We will see you